back into form and can perform like they used to in the past. But it's against the toughest possible opponent and potentially a draft advantage.
Yeah. But they're North American.
Yeah?
So you're always the underdog. So what's new? You're against everybody's a giant compared to you. I don't know. I think sometimes being the favorite makes you not the favorite. Think about that for a minute.
Okay.
You know, all of a sudden you don't have any underdog status. Everybody's expectations are on you. All the targets are on your back. Everybody just assumes you're going to win this tournament. And then all of a sudden you have to play under that. And that is a different feeling than Liquid is used to. And in fact, we were talking to them a bit, and they were saying, this is not the usual tournament we're used to. In terms of, like, all of a sudden we're the favorites. Wait a minute. We're not supposed to be the favorites. It's the Nisha effect.
It is the Nisha effect, and it's something that they have definitely kept in mind. It's not something that has gone beyond them. They understand getting top 3 at last TI, and then going on to go pretty much undefeated, at least when it comes to series, in their in Western Europe, possibly the hardest region. Everybody's looking at these guys, and they're aware of that. They're trying to make sure they are not overly confident. They're trying to make sure that they stay ahead of their opponents. Meanwhile, Shopify Rebellion,
you're laughing it off.
Yeah, I feel like these guys,
of course, having a giggle.
In some ways, I feel like they've gone under the radar. I mean, sure, you're always going to respect the caliber of players that are on this squad, but they're not in the conversation of being in the grand finals. They're not necessarily the favored team to be winning the whole thing.
That's definitely true. They have to get some of their stuff to get going again. They have to get it. The crit roam has to hit. You have to get the support duo that you like. I feel like they're back to a support duo that doesn't have a lot of team fight. Kind of an old Shopify classic here, so you got to make up for it somewhere else. But if you go into the mid game here with 0 stuns versus Puck, not a huge amount of gap close versus Lina, and your lanes aren't going well for you, I fear for them. Because Nisha can very well take this game over. And Marci is very powerful in the late game in terms of these carry-on-carry matchups. It is a Battle Fury hero, and we know how much Arteezy likes his Battle Fury heroes. I thought it was a matter of time before he arrived on this one. I do believe in this Marci to carry if you get there, but it is an uphill road to get there. Because I don't think you're going to just flat out win these lanes if you're Shopify, and already they're not winning the lanes.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a Timbersaw here up against a carry Marci. That's just not going to feel good. Fly's going to do what he can with impetuses, but he seems to be already out of mana. Did he not grab a bunch of mangoes? He did. He went for a stick.
There's some extra legion, but like I said, yeah, he's pretty much out of mana. They have to play for this kill, and they really wanted level 2, but they're not close. Our close is getting outtraded.
Yeah.
And this is not great for Fly. When you go to this impetus build, you devote all your mana to this. You want to win the early wave hard, so you build some momentum. If Timber doesn't die, you don't get first blood for your core. This lane gets out of hand between 3 and 5. I don't think you're staying here if you're Marci over the long term.
Okay, but what about this mid lane matchup? It looks like it's going really well for Abed. He actually has a pretty decent CS advantage over Nisha, something that's pretty rare to see.
And I think that's the one key factor here for top line. I think a lot of Liquid wins. I'm not going to say they come from Nisha. I think that discredits the rest of the team and what they do. Sure. But there are some wins they get just because Nisha destroys mid and the game instantly snowballs for you. And the rest of the team is so solid that if that happens, then it's just instantly game over. Abed is not going to do that. This guy is arguably, in my opinion, the second best mid in the tournament in terms of going up against everybody else and not getting rolled over. He's very consistent. It's very hard to solo kill him. It's very hard to steal all the runes from him. Difficult to roam on this guy. He is one of the strongest laners in the world still. So if I'm going to pick a mid outside of maybe going to go lane-wise versus Nisha and hold it down, I'm going to pick Alpha. Sure. And I think that's something that Shopify can rely on as well.
Well, they won't be able to rely on getting first blood. Liquid do manage to pick that up with Zai, killing Fly, and even getting a lot of damage on Arteezy's Marci. So
I'm worried for this lane. I'm really worried for Arteezy. I don't think the launch is going to benefit him here. If you don't get really kills with Marci, it gets rough in general, but especially with that middle from the Enchantress. And then, again, what the panel was talking about, okay, let's say you want to roam with the Enchantress, you want to roam with Tusk, get that action going like Shopify likes to do. Can you leave these side lanes in their current state? Because Liquid sets them up where you have kill threat on both by putting the tiny top and bottom and the root top.
Yeah.
You can't leave Arteezy here, and I don't think you can leave Saberlight bottom too easily either. You just get flanked by tiny top and arena, you're dead. So I don't know if this roam option is that easy for Shopify unless they drag everybody into that mid-skirmish area, which is perhaps where Abed is trying. Sure. But you have to get to that point. And it might be early on for Shopify on the sideline.
Yeah, that's with Zai doing so well here in this top lane. And bottom seems to be going pretty well. They've been killing Eidolons non-stop. Maybe they haven't actually, killed the Enigma at all, but 26-6 on mid-game. They've been farming up Eidolons non-stop. An Avalanche and LSA, and then a couple of right clicks, and they just get like the full wave. So as a result, mid-game. Yeah.
This is uncommon for an Enigma lane, and you're getting pulls off 2 with the box. You're super happy with it. She's level 3 at 4.5 on your support in the Enigma lane. You gotta start getting some of these kills going with the upper level Eidolons.
Oh yeah, and Boxy looks like they should be able to get this one. He's gonna throw out the Avalanche, but Saberlight did a nice job of moving his hero down to avoid getting Avalanche on top of everything
These
else.
types of kills are really important for top fights. You want to get that mid road going, you want to get the D4s out that are going to enable Ovid. Root control, all this is dependent on the side lane.
Chasing after him, Nisha! So close, Abed. He does have some stick charges, so he's going to be fine. He also has the Orb of Corrosion now, so big tank here, but also that Swashbuckle is going to be a lot of damage. But the Death of Zai. Oh, the Death of Zai! I wasn't expecting that to come out of my mouth, and it looks like Insania is going to take a lot of damage as well. So the Enchantress coming back with full stats was able to take it back to this Timberzone. They get in a little bit of trouble. Nice snowball dodge. Sticking on top of him. This tag team slowed him down so much. Really nice movement there from Crit. Staying in front of the Lima. And I think that was a call out right there. The time you rotated mid to fill up the bottle. Go, go, go. Go on the Lina as soon as possible.
So Shopify striking back here. I like what their supports are doing. Using these matches as much as they can. Your Marci is still going to struggle a little bit in the CS back to and now you can test these moves. This is a product of what's happening on the side lanes, getting the supports come in, which is what Ovid wants in this type of matchup. You do not want Nisha getting a free coil on him into the other way around.
Now they're going to try and go and stabilize because the supports are mid. They do manage to kill Nisha, which I think is maybe a fair trade-off for Shopify Rebellion.
Well, you're super happy with that. I don't think this is a game I expected Tusk to die at all. You're not playing into a lot of stunts.
Yeah.
And especially early with this. That's all you got? I guess Acorn.
Well, Kurt was also there. It looks like Kurt has managed to get 21 charges, so when he comes back down to his bottom lane, it's actually kind of scary. He's going to put that to the test here. See if he can get out the wand. He can't. Chain's done for just too long.
So much for the charges.
He'll come back again.
Whose side are you on?
Okay, even more charges, but that can't be true. Well, okay, that's a level 1 heal, so I don't think it'll be enough, but we'll see. Nisha, yeah, we'll be able to get it with the orb.
Just fighting for the vision around this lane. They really want runes on both these playmakers.
Man, every single time a support leaves one of the side lanes for a moment, somebody goes and pounces below an Avalanche, and the two-man LSA, they finish up the Enigma, and Crit, well, with the shiny Eidolons, maybe he can get this kill. It's a close call, but he does manage to pick it up, and now the Eidolon blocking Boxy a little bit for just a bit of extra damage. Obviously, no kill possible here, but...
Well, Crit's happy about that.
Yeah, certainly.
I don't know if Saberlight's too happy, but Crit will take that XP. He's almost level 5 on this Tusk. And that could potentially be a big deal in this game if you're looking at the single target burst that is going to make you kill this frontline Timber, who is their only frontline, right? So I'm seeing a lot of these early fights is really important. If you have the burst to take him down, maybe some extra touch damage with silver tag key, higher levels on Ovid, that's going to be the key here.
Oh, regen. That would be so big for Nisha if he can hold on to it here. Phase shift is going to be able to dodge one of them. He has an orb as well. He can jump over to him. Snowball sticks on top of him. Ovid does manage to hit him with a follow-up.
Oh, he's just... Yes, and this did not expect this to come out, and this is huge momentum for Shopify.
Absolutely. The Fade Bolts not only delay the inevitable as Abed picks up a double kill. I mean, you outlined this matchup really nicely because one of the things you said is Crit is back to a roaming position, and he's roaming.
2-1 in 8 minutes.
He's a rambling man.
For more.
Do you think that's been the difference between Shopify? Again, we referenced their TI performances. Pretty lackluster, especially a team of their caliber. They should not be outside of the top 8. And this performance here, which is looking pretty good so far. I don't know.
This is a nice matchup up here.
I mean, I can't believe Fall Timbersaw into trees. That's just a scary prospect. Bye-bye, Saberlight.
High kill game right here. And
It really is.
The second support sleeve is the green light. There's a lot of green lights in this game. You're talking about this roam bringing Shopify back in a lane they're familiar with. This is their playstyle. Like, this is why they have kept that Rick Abed duo for so long. It's designed to do this. Have him roam and enable Abed, and then Abed creates space for your farmers. That nice edge, a little too sharp for our board.
Oh, the toss over to the creeps. That's a little awkward. Does manage to get outside of the range. Oh, that shard would have been a one hell of a play. The Shovel's going to still catch up. Nice timing on the LSA from Mickey. And Fly cannot get off the impetus.
At least you're kicking his Lina out to put pressure on the tower. Fox is going to chill here. He's already level 6, so he has a lot of levels off those 4 assists. It's a heavy level support game in terms of what these teams do in the skirmishes. A minute rune up in 5 seconds. You want it here. Even Arteezy is coming to fight this.
Yeah, Arteezy just cannot play in that Timbersaw lane anymore. It's an Arcane Rune bottom, which looks like Crit is going to secure for Abed. The bottom tower does get taken.
I think Abed is the X factor, not only because it's Abed, but you're looking at that late game damage from this Shopify lineup. You can buff this Pango with tag team, you can give him the lifesteal off the side kick. If this Pango gets an Ags off roast, some late game basher, you just get on top of Lina, you can do it.
Oh, Moxie, he was sitting behind that tower like you were talking about. Couldn't really do anything to stop it. Now he's trying to poke his head out. Maybe I can get home. No, you can't, sir. You kill some Eidolons for his trouble, but he will eventually fall.
Shopify trying to pick up the pace. Of course, the network still favoring Liquid here for just the fun they've gone off the lane, but it doesn't feel like Shopify are finding the kills.
Grid is just a constant menace here. Nice steal, though. And Stania managed to get the rebound to hop over that shard block.
Here's the mid collapse. This has to work for Shopify. If you take this fight and it doesn't pan out, you're going to commit a lot.
Oh, they're trying to get some stuns out onto Nisha. They throw so many at him, maybe they can kill him. But they grab. Oh, they toss him over the side. That's awkward, but he can jump over the sword, so he's going to be fine. John's away. Boxy, nice avalanche on the floor. The USI falling up. The Black Hole comes out. Doesn't grab anything, but Liquid's also going to go low. The Oil does manage to help secure 2 kills, so 1 for 2 exchange. Shopify do manage to back out, but that Black Hole, did it hit anything?
I don't think it did anything for sure. And that's a fight Arteezy comes to and just gives his life up on the way to a battle Fury build. Very uncommon for him, honestly. This is definitely a play call they've pre-designed that we want to crash on mid and destroy Liquid's early map control. But Liquid are ready for it. They're happy to bring everybody the second that Marci shows. Everybody loves killing Arteezy. Especially in this game, when he's going ground boost battle Fury, you're really happy to kill him.
Yeah, talk to me about carry Marci. I don't think this is a hero that can really jungle too much, but he was put in a bad match. Like Timbersaw matchups all the time. Oh, they actually have this? Nisha? Okay, he's good.
Really treads the early chainmail as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's a nice puck itemization in these matches where you're doing with the physical. It's a similar build to when you play versus Ember Spirit and you're getting slighted. Going to that Witchblade off the early chainmail. Puck's tankier than he seems.
Yeah.
I think Marci don't get jungle once you get to the ice. Right. Until then, it's very awkward. And now I'm worried about it because I don't think Zai, the second player, is going to necessarily give you that space. He's going to call this out. He's not going to give you the free lanes. He's going to push his hero. And Liquid can fight around him.
So you talked to me about carry Marci before, and you said, I think this is really good. We saw some instances in CDPC.
I hate this hero. I'm definitely not the one talking.
Well, you can hate it, but you can still respect it.
He does look like an anime walker. Yeah.
Kind of.
Does this look like the face?
Okay, but I thought this hero, I was like, why aren't we seeing more of this hero? I feel like this game is a perfect instance of showcasing why. This hero just cannot jungle, so if it loses lane, I think you're just going to fall so far behind.
It's a compound effect. You lost the lane, and then you tried to make rotations to make up for it, and those didn't work. And he was the one who died in it. Yeah, now you're really far behind. And that was just Timber counter. I think Zai had the idea, I'm not going to let you get to battle here. I'm just going to kick you out of lane with my spam. Even if I go down with you, I'm going to drag you right there. We're both going to be stuck. Except that didn't happen. Zai's top of the network here. Yeah. And that is a good hero for Liquid at top of the network because he is your front line for this draft. He is the hero that has to take up some of these spells so your rest of your heroes can go to work in terms of initiative and backline damage. He is getting tanky, and he's getting past that threshold where can you burst him if you're Shopify? Or you just have to ignore him. I mean, flies up here, but this is playoffs here. This is just a high five equivalent.
Yeah, pretty much. In some ways, his right clicks are just healing the Timber Saw.
This game slowed down a lot for Shopify in the last few minutes. You got to look at what item is going to let them skirmish back in this game. You're going pipe first on Saberlight. That's nice, but I'm not worried about you staying alive. I'm worried about you killing the Liquid Heroes here.
The Diffuser Blade pickup, timed with this smoke. They are all in on killing Sai here. It's going to be a tough one, but they might just have him. He wasn't allowed to Timber Chain away, and they do get him. They took everything they had. They used the Rolling Thunder, they used Marci's ultimate, and they used the Diffuser Blade timing, but it does end up
Conquer against him.
True.
Stuns. Very nice time stun from this Conquer to seal his fate. Now you're back into trying to find some momentum with this Pangolier. He hit that defusal timing, like you said. Just gonna get caught.
Centaur chains and sides back and forth with the stolen enchant. Telekinesis.
Nisha.
Range. Nisha. Oh, that is a dead mid laner for Liquid. And the black hole being used. That's awkward, but Crit does die. The toss back. Foxy slowly oops him over to Insania, missing the LSA.
He's gonna juke him with the fall.
Yeah, tries to go into the pit for a second. Oh, the stolen black hole. Didn't notice that Insania had nabbed that one.
Because you almost didn't see the first one.
Yes, that is true. Saberlight, I mean, I'm not going to say fed a lot of Eidolons, but they did. A lot of them died in lane. He's used 2 black holes that didn't do anything.
This game is not connecting.
No.
And sure, you can rush pipe here, but you have Timbersaw, who's one of the highest damage offlaners in the game. You have this Lina who's going to scale into the physical pretty fast. Sure, the pipe is good in the early game, but the later this game goes, I don't think Liquid care about it as much. And what can you do with it? I feel like this pipe on Enigma is only as good as you can force the issue to Shopify, which to me is Roshan, or the tier 1 mid. That tier 1 mid does not seem like an easy fight, especially when you know a black hole. And Roshan is on the menu here for a Marci Pango lineup, but again, your cores are behind. I don't think you can just force the pit when Nisha can throw an orb. You can throw a Fade Bolt in there. This tiny blink is coming quicker than you think, especially if you give up your carry on the side lane. Sai has had Arteezy's number. We saw him looking over in the booth earlier while they were drafting.
Yep.
I'm going to psych this guy out.
Maybe. They've got a close relationship. One's teammates.
Maybe too close. He can read his mind.
Yeah, it does seem like it. Knows exactly what Artur is up to. At least Shopify do manage to get something in return, though. They take the mid tower, evening out the map state a little bit more.
That's nice. And the support gold is pretty even. Crit had that really good early roaming, so you are going to get this blink on Crit around the same time Boxy's going to get it, which is nice here because you don't want to fall too far behind in terms of initiation power, especially when I would argue the Tinies is way stronger at this point in time with the toss-back disruption. Saberlight's trying to farm aggressively, and you can see Liquid do not want to give them the space here. He will be rebuked. Liquid being more efficient on the map right now and happy to just keep playing towards their timings around the Lina, who of course, we named this major after her for a reason, right?
True. Absolutely true.
Oh, even the Cobalt. Nothing is safe.
Nothing is sacred. 3,000 net worth lead for Liquid. They are going to be relying on Mickey's Lina to be able to carry the game, which is an interesting choice, I think. This is a team that has not been prioritizing this hero at all. They've been willing to give it away to other teams very often. In fact, the last time they played it was in the group stage against Geek Slate. We're going to watch him get a nice little pick off there on Crit.
Bought out his blink off that creep wave, though.
Oh, that's good.
He's going to be okay with that. That's why he was farming really aggressively.
They're going to keep making moves.
Take what you can get, and Artur did clean out this ancient stack. Should survive here. Why not so lucky?
No.
And this is not a game Enchantress can frontline.
Yeah, you've got a lot of spell damage being thrown around.
And it's all burst.
Yeah.
It's not slow spell damage. It's not like you're playing versus Venno and you can just go max attendance and live through the fight.
Right.
You are getting chunked in this game. You're getting chunked fast. He's not even skilling the heal. So he's just going damage Enchantress, maybe going Hurricane Pike build in this game. Could be good if you get to it. You Hurricane Pike the Timber in the fight, buy some space. It's a significant amount of damage in the late game. But of course, for now, that is a pipe dream. And it is a very long and dark pipe that Enchantress must crawl through to get there.
Well, what I wanted to talk about was the Mickey Lina, because that has also been a very dark pipeline for Liquid. Because they lost recently in the group stage. They picked it once at this tournament. They lost against Geek Slay. And then the last time they played it was their last game of TI. They played it in Game 3 against Team Secret for that lower bracket final. This Fly's going to die once again. Both times they lost with it.
Yeah, but that was a different Lina. I mean, we're not going to put that on him.
I mean, it wasn't. Well, the group stage game wasn't a different Lina.
The ghost of Lina path coming to haunt him. I mean, come on, Cap.
All I'm just saying.
Lina. They're very comfortable with Lina. I'm sure he'll do fine.
I don't know. I'm just saying there's a little bit of history here, you know?
All I heard for the last couple of years is that you're a Liquid biased caster because all your friends are on it.
No. All you heard is that I'm biased towards
correct the other way.
North American teams because I'm North American. That's Boxy.
You're biased towards everybody. Can you blink? No, you can't.
Okay. And this little pick-off kind of ensures Roche, right?
Yeah, it ensures it for sure. I don't even think Shopify were close to contesting this. Enigma's way too funky on the map right now. And I feel like this was the objective Shopify wanted at some point in this game with that Pango Marci dual core. Instead, Lima's just going to stroll into it without even having to use BKB. Level 15 online for Mickey here. Already up to that 2100 HP on that ranged hero. Talking about frontline, might not need it at this point. You have to find a fight soon here if you're Shopify, or at least split the economics evenly. If you're not doing either, and you're giving up rune control to Nisha, I worry about your scale here. I'm not even worried about the Lina scale, I'm worried about the Puck scale. This is one of the better carries at this tournament, the later games go.
Yeah.
He's playing versus almost no stuns.
Yeah, and he's got the Witchblade into Kaya build, so his red creds are going to be doing tons of damage. Forget about his magic.
You're going to have to catch him and burst him off the Marci damage. That is a tall order. So I'm worried about Shopify just pushing this late from a deficit. I'm worried about it if it's even, but the deficit is extremely hard. Liquid are continuing to move up the map. Marci shows bottom, instant teleport by Zai. He's going to run into action.
Why he's going to be... I don't even know what he is. I was going to say the body to step in front of it, but he just gets blasted so quickly. They're still going to be able to catch up to him thanks to the coil, and he's going to die. RTZ's gone. And this is going to keep happening until he gets that BKB, and even once he gets that BKB, I don't think he has the answer to Lina or Puck until he has Bastion.
Definitely not. I was going to say, Zai has this man on speed dial.
Yo, Arturo, where you at?
He's a key caller. He knows where he's at. He's in that location. And you can see because he just leaves Fly, right? Look whatever, you guys clean that guy up. I don't care. Yeah, I know my target in this game. I'm going to make his life a living hell. Every time you throw an away, I'm going to match you. If the Marci can't get farm this game, my other two cores have free range. There's no damage that's going to come out from the rest of the lineup unless you land some crazy black hole. I wish you the best Saberlight because you're playing versus a lot of long-range stuns in a room that can get turned around against you. We've already done it once this game. Again, you have to find a fight for your team with your Shopify. You cannot continue to play this map. Your lineup is not designed to split push these lanes super deep. You are not the ones with the puck. You are not the ones with the super mobile heroes.
Did Mickey go boot to travel? He hasn't. He still has brown boots. So that is another option, right? The puck is really good catch.
Yeah, even more.
But he could even go bots if they do try and make a split push, which, you know, doesn't really seem like it's possible from what you're saying.
Showing Zygos, showing Mickey super deep bottom with a skeleton push.
Catching RTZ again. This was a clever move. The coil's going to hold him in place. Not going to be able to rebound over to Saberlight like he wanted to. And Zai even pushing Saberlight and Fly away. Another LSA. Mickey has the attack speed. So you were saying they baited out they showed the Lina bottom with the Aegis while they made that move, right? They made Shopify think that they were bottom while they were rotating up to top.
Aegis hero bottom, Zai, their frontliner mid, and they're controlling the other side of the map with a 3-man smoke. They're just not force Shopify to creep up, and Shopify is not doing it, because that's kind of the only way back in the game. So where else is it going to come from? There's a couple more RTZ deaths when you're looking at these two. You're probably not going to see Marci the whole time.
Or at least Timbersaw banned, if so.
That's the problem. These heroes, you don't play them a lot. You don't know all these matches. I don't know all the Marci matches.
Yeah.
Then you got some random hero last pick that you don't even have time to react to or maybe help the lane. Timbersaw's a really cheesy offlaner in that sense too. Gets really good. I feel for him. At the same time, going down. For all the pubs she ruined.
May not be in this game much longer as another pickoff from Liquid. It just keeps on going. Shopify cannot seem to show their faces outside of the base for an instant before Liquid immediately pounce. Both supports down. Mickey begins assaulting the high ground.
You don't have the toss back here. You have a blink punch, and Arteezy has to commit with no beacon. In that sense, I wish you the best, sir. I wish you the best.
I don't know how to say that, like, it's a black hole. That's like one of the game-changing abilities.
I'll tell you, I like this. If you go next game and repick Enigma, that's how you get a black hole, because he's not getting one mode. Honestly, don't cast this game, man. It's just going to get stolen.
Yeah, like, Mickey doesn't, like, Mickey is alone hitting these buildings. Nobody else is anywhere near him, so it's either try and smoke around and catch some other heroes, or you throw a one-man black hole on Lima.
It's easy right now, man. You shot some time alone in the woods. You reflect on the state of the game.
Please look at him. This is a man in despair.
Enjoy the breeze. But guys, can you all sit down here, because I don't want to show him this way. Look at how cocky and he is. No one's here. Arteezy's still hiding from him. That is the state of this game.
Oh, he's fighting now. Ah, they're going to catch him. Insania is going to get picked up. Spent 5 minutes in the jungle, but I finally got that position 5.
That is definitely one of those best scenes. Why the hell is he in the tree?
What's going on? Well, you guys can hit the high ground, I guess. Liquid poke at it just a bit, push the creeps in on both sides. The TV away! Oh, they're going to toss him to break the coil. Just the added bit of flair for Boxy.
I mean, there's no emotions. He's just so cold. He's not too happy about the stage. This is going to end up being one of those games you just gotta...
See some heroes bottom lane. You can think you can push out top, but that's not the case. Zai is going to make sure Shopify. Oh, nice use of the toss there. Putting it over to the Arcane creep, farther away from his base, and then farther away from safety.
That's just a Liquid can farm neutral flag.
That is beautiful.
Hurricane fight done. This is where that Lima hits 3,000 HP. I don't know if you have the damage before, but you definitely don't have it now. Unless you get some crazy isolation here in a big black hole.
Crit is dreaming of an Aghanim Scepter. Dreaming of one. Oh, now the dream just got a little bit dimmer. Bought a gem instead, so he is the full amount of gold away from Axe.
I don't know if D-Wards are helping you, though.
Yeah, what are you going to D-Ward?
I will kill bottom, so you're Shopify, you do have some time to push out here, because he does not have the bots. In fact, he went to E-Blade. Pretty cool timber build. This build is just designed to make Arteezy's life as miserable as possible. Yep. Output in the E-Throw. When your BKB is out on Marci, you are absolutely useless, so you gotta make it count. They do have it, so if you have that window with Gem, BKB on Arteezy is gonna lead the charge. You gotta find something to find a Rubik.
Already going to be able to jaunt away over to the orb. Drops the coil to help Insania get away here.
Look at that snowball if he sees a neutral.
Crit does manage to get the shard. The snowball gets him. Look at that throw! Mickey pulled the hard kill over and puts down the help. Nice. That's the Han duo right there.
That's the duo that has the most in play together. Over 1,000, that's why. Save your buddy. Give him a high five.
Alright, Aghanim Scepter done for the Pangolier. I still don't think that changes much. I still want to make the damage.
Yeah. They just need damage now. They need any way to get damage on these Liquid heroes, particularly this Timber who's going front line. Problem is you already have BKB on Timber. You have your full kit on Lina.
What's the ideal situation here for Shopify Rebellion? With the fight was near impossible.
So Liquid runs up a ramp line to side and rolling thunder all of them continuously for 10 seconds.
You just get them back and forth. Avalanche instead with the toss over as well. The Pumpkin's going to take full advantage of that one. Immediately throw the blade out. They do manage to get on top of Lima, but they force Apple away from that rolling ball and get him a little bit farther away. The snowball rolls on through, but yeah, that's going to be a dead Tusk. And now the coil. Okay, nice use there by Abed. Rolling up to be able to get out of the coil. TC doesn't have that same kind of magic immunity though, so Abed is going to be the only real survivor of that team fight.
And the gem gone.
And the gem gone, and your barracks is gone, and you're probably going to have to GG out. Yeah, seriously.
This one's sealed. I don't know how that 4-0-4.
Wait, what?
It's like a very one-sided game. I'm just throwing a pretty decent time.
He hasn't died yet? This is one of the biggest stomps of the entire tournament. He's got 0 deaths.
I mean, he's playing pretty well, considering. Back to his items.
All salutations, like, guys, please, let Abed go. We want him back.
What can you do? You gotta look for the silver lining, you know?
Okay.
What is that? Trying to help Shopify right now. You're gonna go back, save after the game, and think, what went wrong? Abed went pretty well. You know, the roll.
Abed killed Nisha.
He killed Nisha. That's true. Mental damage completed. Maybe mission successful. Get worn down.
I'll be honest though, I don't know if Nisha, I'm not sure how much he tilts.
Like he knows what that means.
Okay, all in to fight for Roshan. 2 lanes of barracks is down. It's pretty much no question. If Shopify Rebellion loses this fight, it's just going to GG. So, going to try and set up any way they can around this Roshan pit. Unfortunately, Team Liquid isn't just blindly going into the pit and trying to take it. That would be the ideal for Shopify here.
Maybe the one area you get that rolling thunder I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
When I say you have to kill and rolling thunder, I mean that literally. You need this rolling thunder to destroy Liquid in some clumped up area, and then that'll set up a black hole.
And he up on time. Is that going to be enough to save him here? Looks like it. He's only got to have that. In fact, he's going to turn on his help. He's got Boxy in with the avalanche. Nisha and Nikime. If he followed it up, they do manage to kill Timbersaw. Yes, and they get a Misha's going to make sure that Chris certainly isn't making up. Fly's going to be tossed back in the LSA as well. So a 1-for-3 exchange. Oh, maybe a 4th one. RTZ, that's it. GG out. They got die. And then they're done.
Hey, they got 5 though. Taught him a lesson. I'm trying to front line versus